Perusing the panorama of American cities reveals pockets of paradise and patches of less pleasantness. In this video, we'll navigate through the 10 worst cities to inhabit in America. From pitfalls in infrastructure to challenges in livability, let's delve into this. Number 10. New Orleans. Louisiana's famed city, New Orleans, might not have a massive population like some cities, but those who've been there know it feels much larger due to the bustling tourist scene. It attracts nearly 20 million visitors yearly, drawn by the vibrant nightlife, music, festivals, and incredible food. However, venturing beyond downtown can expose the city's less appealing side, with a 1 in 18 chance of falling victim to crime and a 24.6% poverty rate. Despite its historic charm, housing often struggles due to aged properties facing issues from hurricanes and floods, with the city sinking at 2 inches annually. Additionally, local government corruption remains a significant concern. Number 9. Hartford. In Hartford, stark contrasts define the landscape, where opulent mansions neighbor distressed ghettos, a result of the city's transformation. As the affluent and companies fled to the suburbs, downtown Hartford decayed into poverty, leaving racial and class divides. The city struggles, lacking basic services due to a diminished tax base. Incompetence and corruption plague its government, leading to dismantled school boards and a destitute city. While the suburbs flourish with fancy schools, Hartford's schools suffer, highlighting socioeconomic extremes, showcasing a tale of stark inequality and a divided society. Number 8. Youngstown. Ohio's Youngstown, a haunting relic of the Rust Belt, tells a story of industrial decline. Once a bustling steel hub with 170,000 residents, today, it's a mere shadow with just 64,000 inhabitants. The city, resembling a sinking ship, witnessed decades of people fleeing, leaving abandoned steel mills and crumbling ruins. Unemployment, double the national average at over 7%, has crushed hopes for decent jobs, making opportunities as rare as unicorns. The remaining residents endure in deteriorating homes, surrounded by neglected neighborhoods and desolate downtowns. Youngstown's once vibrant structures now stand as decaying symbols of a former economic powerhouse, fading into obscurity. Number 7. Camden. In Camden, New Jersey, danger lurks at every corner, earning it the title of America's most perilous city. With rampant violent crime and over 175 open-air drug markets controlled by armed gangs, it's a place where gunshots are commonplace and police often fear to respond. Poverty grips nearly the entire population, resembling conditions of a third-world country. Illiteracy is high, schools struggle with funds, and unemployment hovers near 15%. Industries are long gone, leaving few legal economic options. Basic necessities like streetlights are scarce, shrouding the city in darkness after dusk. For Camden residents, home is both a haven and a battleground in a city besieged by violence. Number 6. Flint. Next is the enduring plight of Flint, Michigan. In 2014, a switch in water sources triggered a devastating crisis, poisoning taps with lead. Nearly a decade later, clean water remains a luxury as over 9,000 children suffer irreversible harm. Bottled water sustains daily life in a city scarred by abandoned homes and soaring crime. The closure of a major GM plant in 2019 added to the woes, leaving thousands without jobs. Flint's struggles, from poisoned water to unemployment, paint a picture of distress among American cities. Once vibrant, it now grapples with lasting damage and formidable obstacles, a somber transformation from an automotive powerhouse to a city in distress. Number 5. Baltimore. At the heart of Maryland, Baltimore emerges as the East Coast's homicide epicenter, earning a grim reputation for its unparalleled violence. With homicide rates akin to war zones, the city witnessed 325 murders in 2021, securing its position as America's deadliest big city. Drug gangs exert audacious control, perpetrating torture, murder, and intimidation, while the beleaguered BPD, understaffed and overwhelmed, solves only 31% of murder cases. Beyond the grim statistics, Baltimore grapples with multi-generational poverty, ensnaring 1 in 4 citizens, creating a cycle of despair. Corruption scandals, exemplified by Healthy Holly, leave the city bankrupt, unable to provide basic services, solidifying its status as the most dangerous and despondent city on the East Coast. Number 4. St. Louis. In St. Louis, danger looms large, earning the title of the most perilous major city nationwide. Its violent crime rate, nearly 5 times the national average, and an astonishing murder rate 1,118% higher underscore the city's challenges. Gang activity and 25,000 abandoned properties create a bleak landscape. Despite pockets of wealth, like Forest Park or Central West End, they sit adjacent to impoverished, crumbling neighborhoods. While boasting numerous free attractions, Street Louis grapples with poverty at 24.2% despite a decent median income of $66,500, illustrating a stark divide. The city's vibrant offerings are overshadowed by its rampant negatives, marking it as the least favorable medium-sized city to reside in. Number 3. Memphis. Moving on to Memphis, crime commands the spotlight, earning the ominous title Criminal Central. With an alarming 2,000 assaults and 175 murders annually, the city mirrors a dangerous maximum security prison yard. Strolling its streets exposes individuals to armed robberies, ruthless violence, and gang warfare, immersed in the daily reality of pervasive drugs. Poverty, affecting a quarter of the population, propels this widespread crime, transforming neighborhoods into dilapidated wastelands. While the downtown skyline sparkles, it conceals urban decay, particularly in impoverished areas. Memphis' struggling schools, ranking poorly, offer little optimism for its youth, further complicating the city's predicament amid an unaddressed economic decline. Number 2. Cleveland. Cleveland says a big no to visitors, especially after dark, and Google isn't wrong. Crime rates soar 281% higher than the national average, giving a 1 in 18 chance of being a victim. Perhaps it's the city's 34.6% poverty rate, one of the nation's highest, or the brutal winters with scarce sunlight from November to March. Median home values at $73,000 are low, but living conditions echo Detroit's despite double the cost. With hefty property and income taxes, plus weak job opportunities, Cleveland seems overpriced for its dismal infrastructure and struggling schools. Number 1. Detroit. Michigan's Detroit, once a symbol of prosperity, now stands as the homicide capital, resembling an apocalyptic wasteland. With a staggering murder rate of 40 per 100,000 residents, 10 times the national average, the city is plagued by violent criminals and economic collapse. Unemployment and poverty affect nearly 40% of Detroiters, while dangerous schools have only 3% of parents enrolling their kids. Declining since 1950, the city's population has dwindled by 63%, leaving abandoned blocks reminiscent of a zombie apocalypse. Detroit, now a ghost town, sadly claims the title of America's worst city to live in. Thanks for watching.